Should you move in Flower Mound this spring? Are you wondering if houses are still selling? And will there be more homes to choose from if you do want to buy? The Flower Mound real estate market is different from other markets, so if you're only looking at the national or even the Dallas-Fort Worth real estate markets, you may not be getting the full picture that will help you in knowing what to expect locally. We always say that real estate is local because it is. What's going on in the California market is very different than what's happening in the Texas real estate market. And this holds true from city to city and from neighborhood to neighborhood.
We'll start out with a 30,000-foot view of the national level and then give you more specifics of the Flower Mound real estate market. We're even going to show you what's happening in certain Flower Mound neighborhoods like Canyon Falls, Bridlewood, the Estates at 218, and Point Noble. We'll give you the information you need to decide whether making a move in Flower Mound this spring is the right thing or the right time for you and your family.
At the national level, Lawrence Yun, the National Association of Realtors chief economist, is stating that the seasonally adjusted data implies that we're going to see a continued housing shortage. Single-family home construction fell by 5% from the prior month, but remained above that key 1 million unit mark. Ideally, single-family housing starts should be around that 1.2 million, which would considerably help to relieve the housing shortage. America greatly underproduced housing in the decade before COVID, and that shortage is still lingering in the marketplace. Now, this housing shortage is partly to blame for housing prices staying steady or rising. As a matter of fact, home price forecasts for 2024 from a few of the top economists are showing prices will continue to rise, but at a much slower pace than what we saw back in 2020 through parts of 2022. Now, Lawrence Yun also states that we probably won't see any more interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve until the second half of the year, and he hopes we might see mortgage rates around 6% at year end. Fannie Mae is expecting the rates to be around 6% by the end of the year as well. So if you're waiting for that interest rate to potentially fall towards the end of the year, you might also keep in mind that home prices will likely rise as well.
Now, even though inventory is still low, we're seeing more homes come on the market this January than we did this time last year. In the Dallas-Fort Worth metro, we're seeing over 500 more homes for sale, and the home builders are continuing to build. However, we've talked to a few home builders who are concerned about getting their next phase of development under construction to meet the demand after they sell what's currently being built. The development process is very slow. So we're starting to see waiting lists for new homes again this year like we did back in 2020. The pre-owned homes coming on the market are still lagging. Most homeowners who bought their homes with as low as 2 or 3% interest rates aren't willing to give those up. But as rates creep down, we expect to see more people willing to sell so they can move into a home that better fits their lifestyle. The median sales price in DFW rose almost 1.6% year over year from $379,000 to $385,000. And I'm sharing this with you so that way you'll have a better understanding of the Flower Mound real estate market.
If you'd like to keep updated on the Flower Mound real estate market, sign up below for our monthly email. We live and work in Flower Mound, and we know the housing market here. So whether you're thinking of moving or you just want to stay in the know about the market, sign up below. The current median sales price in Flower Mound is $709,000, which is up almost 28% year over year. Now, the median home price in January of 2023 was at $555,000. That is quite a jump. Since we're members of the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing and we have access to specific data about the luxury market, they're showing that $575,000 is the benchmark for luxury homes in Denton County, meaning that anything above that $575,000 mark is considered luxury. Our median sales price of $709,000 is already above that luxury benchmark. When we calculate what is considered luxury in Flower Mound, it's anything above $1.2 million. So you can't really compare our market with the overall DFW market. In the luxury market, we've been seeing a lot more people buying homes with cash. So the interest rate is not as much of a hindrance. They know they can always get financing when the rates come down later if they choose. And real estate is one of the best places to protect your wealth with inflation and other changing economic conditions. Now, obviously, we're talking longer term, like any investment. We wouldn't recommend buying a home and trying to turn around and sell it within a year or two and make a profit.
Now, there are only currently 124 homes for sale in Flower Mound, which is down almost 4% from this time last year, when we had 129 homes for sale. So, not a big difference. 89 of those 124 are pre owned homes, with the rest being new construction. Only 37 homes sold last month, down from 46 last January. And there were only 61 homes under contract, down by 6 from last year. Currently, we have 1.6 months of inventory for sale, meaning that if not another home comes up for sale, it would take less than 2 months to sell every home currently on the market. So we're definitely in a seller's market overall. But the upper tier at $2 million and above are leaning towards a more balanced market, meaning neither more strong seller or buyer market. This is a great example of why it's important to look at the market very specifically on price and location to get a better idea of what's going on instead of just looking at the overall market. Homes in Flower Mound are selling for an average of 97% of the asking price, and they're selling within 37 days, which is faster than the 54 days we saw in January of 2023.
Okay, let's look briefly at a few specific Flower Mound communities at different price points. Now, looking at Canyon Falls, we'll only be evaluating the homes within the town of Flower Mound boundaries, not the entire community, which, as you may know, also extends into Argyle and Northlake. In January, there were 5 homes for sale, 6 in contract, and 3 that sold, with a median sales price of $780,000. Homes sold at almost 97% of the listed price in 67 days on average. On a side note, one of those homes that sold was by a builder and had been on the market for 131 days before selling. Many times, builders will put their new construction homes on the MLS at various stages of the construction process to start marketing it for sale well before it's ready to move in. Now, moving over to Bridlewood, there are 3 homes for sale, 2 in contract, and 2 sold in January at a median sales price of $867,500. Homes sold at just over 100% of their list price in an average of 32 days. Down the road at the estates at Tour 18, there are 2 homes for sale, 1 in contract, and 2 sold at a median price of just over $1.6 million. Homes sold at almost 95% of their listed price in an average of 70 days. And over on Grapevine Lake, Point Noble has 6 homes for sale at a median listed price of just over $3.1 million and an average of 82 days on the market. There are no pending or sold properties within the community. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that homes over $3 million aren't selling. As a matter of fact, a home listed at $3.3 million in Pepper Creek Ranch just went into contract. This stunning home is brand new, and that's one thing that luxury buyers are really looking for right now, a home that is ready to move in. And honestly, most home buyers right now are looking for the same thing.
So based on the numbers we just gave you, you can see that the days on the market and the percent of listed price to sold price really does vary based on the neighborhood. Now, bear in mind, these are January numbers when the market is typically slow. We are seeing signs that the market is gearing up for an early spring. And some of our clients are looking for their next home right now, understanding that the prices are continuing to creep up, and they really don't prefer to be in a multiple offer situation.
If you're considering selling your home, here's what you need to know. Even though the majority of DFW, including Flower Mound, is in a seller's market, buyers are no longer willing to pay at or above market value for a home that isn't in great condition, which is why you might be seeing some homes sit on the market not selling, or selling for a lower price. To give you an example, last week we were showing 2 homes in the $700,000 to $750,000 range to some clients of ours. One home had a few really nice features, but the kitchen cabinets were older, didn't match the rest of the house. And the homeowners had done some painting and projects themselves that you could clearly see were not of professional quality. Now, people aren't bothered by having to do some updating on a great home, but what they're not willing to do is buy something at market value and put another $50,000 to $100,000 in it to bring it up to current living expectations. The price has to match the condition for the buyers to commit to buying the home. This second home we toured, they didn't even bother picking up and cleaning the house. There were piles of shoes, unmade beds, and a broken down car in the driveway. And in all of our 20 plus years in real estate, we can tell you that most people have a hard time looking past an unkept house. Not only does it not show well, but the thought in their minds is, how well do these people take care of the maintenance needed on this home? Are the heating and cooling units being maintained? Or will there be problems?
If you're considering buying a home in Flower Mound or in the Dallas-Fort Worth area this year, here is what you need to know. Homes that are in beautiful condition and are priced well are still selling fast. Some are even getting multiple offers. So when you find that home that you love, be ready to make an offer or be okay to miss out. It'd be very beneficial for you to go ahead and get your ducks in a row before looking at homes. Get with an experienced mortgage lender that understands the market and exactly what your goals are, so that way they can get you set up with the best loan package specifically for you. And if you're paying cash, talk with your financial advisor or CPA to see how quickly you can get to your funds and see if any kind of penalties you might be subject to. We've actually had some delayed closings that cost our clients because they weren't aware of the time it takes to get their funds. Home sellers can get pretty upset and unwilling to negotiate when they've already made plans to move, and then they get a curveball that will potentially cost them.
If you would like to know more about the overall state of the real estate market and how it compares to the Great Recession in 2008 and 2009, stick around and watch our next video. We're all about helping you navigate the real estate market so you can make the best decisions for you and your family. This leads to peace of mind, living a lifestyle you love, and leaving a legacy of wealth created through real estate.